What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Lindy back again the same night. I didn't even do no wardrobe change, man. That's how fresh I am. Anyway, one of my subscribers hit me up in the comments and said I should do this cat here. It's a Locksmith Freestyle. I ain't never heard of this dude. This video is like 4 years old. I admit I'm not up on everything, but I know good music and I know good bars. So I'm gonna take his advice and I'm gonna peep it out.
I chose something.
I hope you get choose. That's Locksmith.
I know.
Remember, let's hear what you gonna put on.
What we got?
No weirdo shit.
What we got?
Let's hear.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. K Slay.
Yeah.
Locksmith Lofty Goals. Check it out. Look. Allow me to paraphrase the apparent phase I pedal toward, the space between chasing my dreams and what I'll settle for. Every new tier in my career is more clear. Focus on my core and keep these executives on a tether cord. I said it for a reason, mind you. People speculate, but to myself is the only label I'm signed to. And I don't feel the need to proceed. I'm reserved hardly. Do all the work and receive proceeds from a third party. That's
Hold on. I like that right there. Let me go back just a minute. Hang on. Might be back a little more.
People speculate, but to myself is the only label I'm signed to.
That right there. People speculate, but the only label I'm signed to is myself. Man, I'm loving all these artists coming up and doing their own thing. Back when I was a youngin', I mean, it was nothing but record labels. I mean, you had to get, signed and get distribution and get your little cassette tape out there. And people are doing it big now, man. With social media, I mean, you can blow up and never have to put no money in another man's pocket. I love it, man. I love to see people get money without corporations fucking them out of their money. So that's good stuff.
And I don't feel the need to proceed. I'm reserved hardly. Do all the work and receive proceeds from a third party. That's absurd, sorry. I just prefer to be heard bar me. Rappers sign and disappear. Commandeer a search party. Search far beyond the farce that you fraudulently falsified. A false guy you fabricating the faith that you toss aside. I assault your pride, calling a lie like what's untrue. They rapping with such uncouth. They been in like Hut 1-2. No telling just what some do. We shun artists and praise social media starlets. No judging, I probably fuck one too. This is here, this is now. This is how we are viewed. We cop shoes before food, cause our values are skewed. We spend bread to get bread. It's in bread. We've been bread.
Let's go back one more. Let me hear that again.
Now this is how we are viewed. We cop shoes before food because our values are skewed.
Man, facts. We cop shoes before we cop food because our values are skewed. Man, that goes for almost everybody. Not just in the music game, but everywhere, everybody. Man, everybody's worried about this new shoe and I need to get this $100 Supreme t-shirt. For what? I mean, spend that $100 and get you some damn food. I mean, if you're worried about paying your electric bill and you're trying to figure out how you're going to split the electric bill and then pay $50 down on layaway for a shirt, you fucked up. You need to reevaluate life.
Been bred to get breads, it's in bread. We've been bred, we've been fed and misled. We duck shots to misled. With this said, I'm trying to paint it clear as possible. Some people are roadblocks, I had to steer those obstacles. I would not let it swerve me like the clergy to the flock or the distorted plot they try to smear this gospel through. My lyric and vocal expression has never been questioned. I know what it's worth. You cannot define, I try to confine what is inside, I try to pervert. But if it's this lame, I will disclaim with a disdain from a disdain, saying his name in a dismay. I will display showing dismay. But on this day, my total intention, total the totem you hold for suspension. I'm engrossed in my own convictions. I know that my foes are stricken with jealousy and contingency, stalking my timeline, but make sure they never mention me. Lyrically, there's no comparing now. How come you don't collab more, Lock? In 3 words, niggas is terrified. I terrorize any rapper in any issue. Fuck a tastemaker, cut off his tongue and tell him to wish you. Rappers use big words but don't be saying much to overcompensate for the music they had to rush instead of creative ways to convey what they feel is such.
Again, facts. I'm gonna hear that bar again.
Much to overcompensate for the music they had to rush instead of creative ways to cut off his tongue and tell him to wish you. Rappers use big words but don't be saying much to overcompensate for the music they had to rush. Instead of creative ways to convey what they feel as such, they try to overcomplicate through their lyrics, and that's a crutch.
Man, to me that's a strong ass bar, because I hear all kinds of rappers. I hear very non-technical people. I hear super technical people. But at the end of the day, he hit that nail on the head. These rappers are using big words to try to hide the fact that they don't have no substance. I might have to do a video just on a couple of bars from each person that I'm thinking about in my head where they have to do that because their substance is garbage. But that was a good bar.
Touching your notepad, you're so mad that you pretend. So you spit the most far out shit that you can pen. But when you try to sound smart without substance in your art, you're just as bad as the swagged out rappers that you condemn. Then a fan once wrote, "We sick of gimmicks, see? You gotta be controversial and diss them for empathy. But if I only become worthy by giving you controversy, then in reality the only real gimmick is me. I don't need a sales pitch from some executive with a list trying to teach me how to tweet or consulting my statist. I've been at this thing for so long with practice, I can practically do a show anywhere on the atlas. If you at this nigga, better believe you at risk of being physically shunned. I become what I had this. I used to criticize others for lack of lyrical depth. Now I realize it's more than one way to earn your respect. They said I was slept on, I kept on. I painted the picture you sketched on. I feel like these rappers are so full of gas that they swallow the glass full of Teflon. Respect gone, so you hustle for lots of loot. I'd rather be known as unknown than be known as a prostitute. Look, would you rather be a whore or a slave?
I ain't gonna play it back. I know y'all heard it. He'd rather be known for being unknown than known for being a prostitute. And that's what they doing. They are selling out, paying these big companies money. I love this dude, man. I never heard of him, but I'm gonna have to fuck with him a little bit. I'm gonna have to check him out because it's facts.
Would you rather be ignored or betrayed? Would you rather be gathered amongst cadavers covered in lime and forced to redefine whatever Lord you praise? That's the promise that they give and expect you to choose between the lesser two evils in hopes to confuse the mad sheep where they bathe in their own fecal, consuming the residue of revenue from the folks they abused. Now let's define who folks is. Folks are me and you in the lower bracket where most live, that don't give a shit that morality's in fatigue. Only imagery created by corporations and showbiz. And whether you know this and focus, whoever the foe is, and for this you try to invoke which can never be noticed. So note this and put it in bold print. The minute you go vent, they try to establish that you was a savage the moment you want to expose this. If I follow a trend and try to pretend once, I essentially shoot myself for a fee. One thing that I've learned in the last 10 months, my only true competition is me. One minute they praise you, next minute they haze you. Either you underground or you a sellout joke. Cause there's never been a rapper with my lyrical talent that has proven he can equally balance between both. I revoke any label or category you dealing with. People need boxes and other people to fill them with. Pass me off as one or the other instead of building with. That's the ignorance that I turn around and kill them with. That I turn around and steal them with. Word on the street, my nigga, is that you been a bitch. You want a revolution? Let's see. What better place to start with K Slay and me? That's how we do it. Lofty goes, man. I'm out of here.
88 Shade 45 Street Sweeper Radio. I told y'all this nigga Locksmith here.
Dope. Mad bars. Didn't use no big words. Didn't have to. Had mad bars just speaking truth. Fire freestyle. I don't remember who it was. Man, I can look right quick. Well, no, I can't because I'm on video. I think it was a dude named Puerto Rican guy or something that suggested this to me. Man, I appreciate it. Appreciate you, homie. You put me on something that's dope. Man, I don't have a lot more to say. I mean, I think I got it out during the reaction because I mean, y'all know my feelings now. I don't do the corporate America, do all that stuff where, excuse me, where all these artists with all this talent are paying other people money, and you trying to get a percentage of the stuff you can make 100% of, and you trying to get a piece of it, paying someone else. I don't get it. So I mean, you young cats, again, listen to the wisdom, listen to the old folks, stay in your lane, do your thing, keep your grind on, and make your money. Locksmith, dope ass song, and I appreciate you putting it out. We'll see y'all in the next one.